I just posted this reel, check it out. Typically, after posting these reels, I get a bunch of comments asking how I did it. So I just preemptively went ahead and filmed this tutorial. Let's jump into it. So I'm here at the homepage of Adobe Project Neo. We're going to do create on the top right-hand corner. That'll bring us into a new file where we can start getting to work on this. The first thing I want to do is set up my artboard. So over here in the right-hand properties panel, I can change the artboard to what I want. I want it to be an Instagram story, so 1080 by 1920. That'll be this vertical orientation right here, but I don't actually want to see the frame, so I'm going to turn off the frame. The next thing is I'm going to change the style. So right now it's in the realistic style, but I want it to be vector art because that's going to fit the style that I showed you guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start building some things, and then I'll come back and I'll adjust colors and all that good stuff. So let's get rid of this cube because we don't need it. And I'm going to bring in this cylinder. I'm going to snap it right in the middle, maybe make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to grab this handle right here and pull it down. And that's going to give me this nice base. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate. So Command D or Control D on the keyboard. I'm going to bring this up. This will be like the stem of this little desk object that we're making. So we'll make this like this. Perfect. Then I'm going to grab a sphere. So I'm going to grab this sphere right here, pop it right on top. And again, remember, these orange dots allow you to snap right in the center. So that makes it really helpful. We're going to make this bigger. And so now it kind of looks like a chess piece, like a pawn, right? But we're going to keep going. I'm going to grab the little donut or torus. So we'll grab that, bring it right in the middle, maybe something like this. And I'm going to squash this one. So I'm going to grab that little cube and I'm just going to pull down and that's going to squash. And this is good, but it's not exactly what I want. I want a hole in the middle. So I'm going to adjust the hole and I'm going to squash it a little bit more. And I think that'll be nice. Now what I really need to do is I need to make sure that these are aligned. So I have an align tool on the left toolbar, and I can just pop this right in the middle, and that'll give me what I'm looking for. So now I need to do this 2 more times. So I'm going to duplicate, press V on the keyboard, I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to do it 1 more time. I'm going to do it another 180 degrees or 90 degrees, and then we're going to make this bigger. So make this bigger, and then we're going to make this one a little bit bigger as well. And then we have this cool little object. So now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to come back and adjust. So I can bring this up, and then I can move this down. All right, so now we can finally start adding the colors because this is pretty boring. So off camera, I actually went and I loaded up some colors, which is really helpful. So I can go to my library over here, and I have all my materials saved. So the stem, I'm going to make that red. So click on these 3 dots, apply to section. I'm going to do the base. I'm going to do that as a blue. I'm going to do this little ball in the middle as this yellow. Now that I've got all these colors established, there's actually a little shortcut to do this faster. So I can grab the stem right here, and I can do Option Command C, and then I can grab anything else that I want to be red, and I can do Option Command V. And then I'll paste that same color right on top, so it makes it really quick to color your work. All right, now I'm just going to add a little ball on top, so maybe something like this. And I'm using these arrows to move this around. You can move it around just by grabbing the object, but I feel like it helps your orientation by using the arrows. I'm going to take all this and I'm going to shrink it down, maybe something like this. And now we can start adding a little bit of movement, right? Before I animate, I need to make sure that these are grouped, so I'm just going to do Command G on the keyboard. Same thing with this one right here. And now we can start giving these some motion. So we'll take these pieces and we're going to go to motion, and I'm going to have this wobble, so that'd be cool. Now let's do it with this one as well. So now we got some cool wobbly motion. What I can do to make it even cooler though is I can grab all this, I can group it, and we can add another motion, and I'm going to add a spin, and so that makes it look a lot more dynamic. So now we can start building some other objects, but what I want to do is I want to change the background, so I have that saved as well. I have it as this gray color, so I'm going to apply this, and then I'm going to do the same thing for this little base. I'm going to make it this tan. Perfect, and now we're getting that mood that I have in the poster. Let's change the camera to isometric, and I'm going to rotate all this. And I'm going to hold shift while I'm doing this to do it at a 45-degree angle. I'm actually going to show the frame for a minute because I'm getting a little disoriented. And I want to make this much longer. And I'm going to make it much wider as well. So now you're noticing the shadows look a little bit intense. So we can come over here to light, and I can change the rotation. So you'll see that'll change which way the sun's coming from, or the light source. And then I can change the height. So the height was actually way too big. Let's grab the text tool. And I'm just going to click right here in the middle. And then I'll bring me up a text dialog, some lorem ipsum. I'm going to move it to the angle I want, rotate it, something like that, and I'm going to make it much bigger. And so now we're going to change this to say blast. So just down here, we can change the copy. I can make this bigger, and we want to make sure it's on the platform. So I'm going to change the color. I can click Command and click on this red. Again, Option Command C. I can grab this blast, Command Option V, and now it'll take on that color, which is great. So I don't really love this typeface, so let's search for a different font. I'm going to change this to Orbitron, and I'm going to change it to black. So let's make this a little bit thicker. We can pull this out and then shrink it down just a touch. So now let's duplicate this, move this just a little bit, and I want this one to be laying flat. So we'll rotate it, then I'll shrink it down. This one's going to say off. And then again, we can take this color and we can paste it. So now let's build the rocket. So I'm going to grab this egg, maybe make it a little bit taller, and then I can select A, and this will allow me to adjust how the egg looks. So a rocket will be something like this, I think. Let's change the color. We're going to make it this white color. Now I want to add a little bit of color to the cone, so I'll grab this cube right here, and I'm going to make this red. So we'll change this to flat. We'll make this red color, and we'll change it to color. And then we can just move this down. And now that takes on that color, right? And then let's duplicate this cube. So let's take this and we'll duplicate it. Let's make it much skinnier, and then I'm gonna move it down. So now we have a little line. And then the last thing I need to do is add little fins to make this look more rocket-like. So there's actually something cool we can do. There's a pen tool now. So I can take this pen tool and I can just draw out what I want those fins to look like. And now we're gonna place these on the rocket. What's cool about this being the pen tool is I can come back and I can adjust. So I want that to be flat with the ground, right? We're gonna take this and duplicate. And now we rotate, and we can take all of this and we can group, and now we have a nice little rocket. Let's add a little bit of motion to this one. We can grab motion. I like to do a wiggle, and we change it to the y-axis. Change this amplitude. That'll make it go up and down. And then obviously we're going to add a little bit of a spin. Change this to Z. And so now it looks like a nice little rocket taking off. All right, the next thing I want to add is this little tube right here. So let's grab this cylinder tool. We're going to make this smaller. Gonna make it a little bit wider, something like this. And then I'm gonna add a hole to it. Maybe something like that, and then we'll make this a little bit smaller. I want this to be blue, so I'm gonna grab this blue color, and then we're gonna grab a sphere. So I want this to be right in the middle of this. All right, so we're gonna duplicate this a couple times, and we're actually gonna increase the blending. But first what I wanna do is I wanna make sure that this is flat, so let's change this to flat. Same thing with this one, we'll change it to flat. And then let's increase the blending. So I'm going to move this up, and you'll see some really cool things happening. You'll see how it starts getting like blobby. We'll duplicate this, make it much smaller. I'm going to bring this one over here, do the same thing over here. And now we got this really cool like organic looking shape. So I'm going to add some motion to this. I'm going to add some wiggle. You want to make sure that the phase is different so they don't wiggle at the same rate, so they look like more organic. We'll add some wiggle to this one, and then add some wiggle to this one as well. And then I want this to be center with this. So let's make sure it's center. So now we can duplicate this. Let's duplicate, and I'm gonna bring this way up. So just keep going up. And we're gonna turn the opacity all the way down and make this flat. Let's shrink this just a little bit. So now it looks like a little glass tube, which is exactly what I'm going for. And we can take this, we can duplicate. A lot of duplicating, that's kind of how this works. Something like this. Let's make sure we don't have a hole in this one. Duplicate again, just to add some character, add a little like cap. And then we do it one more time. Cool. Now we got this really cool little like, reminds me of Flubber. But you guys remember that movie? That's kind of what this reminds me of. But it's like this cool space looking thing. So we've got this little rocket going. If I click play, we've got this little goo and then this little rotation happening. So a lot of things happening at once, and I can still go through here. I can rotate. It's really cool to see this happening live. So I've jumped over to Adobe Illustrator, and I've shown people this in other videos, but if this is your first time watching, here's a cool little trick for you. I'm actually going to build something in Adobe Illustrator because some of the tools are just a little bit easier. I'm faster with them, you know, etc. There might be a lot of reasons why you would want to build something in Adobe Illustrator. But I'm going to take these shapes, and I'm going to combine them, and then I'm going to round them just a little bit. And so now we have this cool little like computer mouse or cursor, and I can take this, I can just Command C, and I can go back over to my scene, and I can just paste it right in here. And so now I have this object in 3D, which is super great. And so I can start scattering these around. I try my best to create everything in Neo, but there's just sometimes where it's easier to do this in Illustrator. But it's getting much easier now that we have the pen tool inside of Project Neo. All right, let's start with this screen. So this is actually a cool little trick that I just discovered for this illustration. So we're gonna make this screen. So I wanna round the corners, give it that like retro vibe. I want it to be this red color, and we can duplicate this. I want this to be that dark black color. It's almost like a greenish gray, I don't know. But we'll make this flat, change it to color, and that'll take on that color behind it. Perfect. And then we can add some text on top of it. So we'll add this text. And I just want this to say go. And we want it to be that Orbitron black. Yep, something like this. Perfect. Let's make it flat, same color as the background, and then we'll change it to color. And so then it'll take on that shape. So here's where I found out something cool with the animation. So I duplicate this, I make sure it's on top. So now I can come over here to motion, and I can change it to wiggle. I change the axis to Z, and so now it's gonna sit here and go back and forth, and when it goes in front of it, it's gonna look like it's going on and off. So change that cycle time way down, maybe to like 1. And so now it'll look like go is just sitting there flashing. All right, here's a piece that I'm really excited about because this was not something I could do in previous videos. This is a new update. So I'm gonna take my pen tool, and I'm just going to start dragging this around and drawing organically just around all of my illustrations. So just like the pen tool in any other program, Illustrator, Photoshop, I don't know, whatever you use the pen tool in. And so that looks pretty cool. And I can just click escape. And now we have this nice, cool, organic shape. So I can bring this down. I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to change this to our yellow color. Come over here to my properties panel, and I can inflate this. So now it looks like a chord going all through the illustration. I think what's even cooler than that is if I select this and then select A, I can come back and edit it. So I can edit all of these organic shapes. I can move this around. I can even add more points. So say I want another point right here. I can add one. I can change how I want the angle to be. So it can be like a straight angle. It can be curved. It can have one side straight, one side curved. A lot of different customization. And say I don't want this one, I can just come back and delete that point. One thing I really want to emphasize is don't forget about your snapshot. So let's turn on the frame and let's get this how we want it. Be like, how would I want this to be exported? So maybe it's something like this. Well, we come over here. Maybe I want it to be isometric. We come over here and we grab snapshot and we add a snapshot. So now if I accidentally like move it and I'm like, oh no, I can't find my place back, I can come back to snapshot and it'll bring me back right where I was. This is like insanely helpful. So make sure to be using your snapshots. Hopefully this video helps you guys and shows you how I made these illustrations. I'm not going to go through every little detail, but I think this gives you a good base of how to build this stuff. If you do have more specific questions, make sure to leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to address them. Well guys, that's all I got for you. If you like this video, you already know what to do. Until the next time, peace.